And if he does go down, that could be the end of Archangel Predator, and I think it will be regardless, which means that's one of the teams with 2 wins that will not be able to overtake UNP. 36 Cartel to clean up from above, looking down below, knocked back though from Evil Patrick onto Suspect.
Ooh.
Evil Patrick with a second one onto Aspa. It's all just gone into disarray for 36 Cartel. This is not how it was supposed to go for them.
36 Cartel, they tried to push up, but they got absolutely punished right there. Evil Patrick completely destroying their game. In the end, it is going to be Cherry to clean it up, but it's only Cherry and player 4 left remaining as Archangel Predator do end up falling. Unicorn Phoenix are out on the edge, obviously out there in first at the moment. So the only 2 teams that can actually overtake Unicorn Phoenix right now are Attack All Round or BN United, and that's going to be purely off getting themselves a chicken dinner. Looking at the winner chicken dinner percentage, though, BN United currently the favorites to take this one, which would put Unicorn Phoenix down to second. Zest opens up with the Mini 14, trying to grab himself a couple more frags. Can't quite flush it out, but he will get himself yet another knock. Van with the flashbang, trying his best to defend up against Jex. He knows there's going to be a player around here somewhere, just doesn't know exactly where. There's so many corners he could potentially be playing right now, as Easy Esports end up losing one. Jexy just holding the backside for everything it's worth, trying to get some distance, but the zone is closing in, and he is pinned.
Unicorn Phoenix down, it's just 2 players remaining. Of course, the kills they've got on their side. It does mean it could leave the door ajar as Eagle 365 lose out. Jexy to Gems. If UMP do go out, it'll mean that Attack All Around and or BN United would have to get the chicken dinner to overtake them here. Shin V's eliminated. Made in Thailand are going to be able to deal with Easy Esports, as they've also got a bit of reviving to do. Made in Thailand. We'll see if they can deal with that situation. BN United, though, 3 kills. Good position. We saw them on the winner chicken dinner win percentage, but I do doubt whether or not they're going to get the circle feed for phases 6 and 7. They will then have to cross the road, so I'm not sure of the longevity. We'll see how it plays out. It's Colony getting peppered now. They were doing the peppering before, and how the tides have turned.
See now as BN United just absolutely punishing onto Colony. Speaking of punish, Fury just lost another one. They're going to try and get themselves the revive as 36 Cartel just cresting in over the top of BN United. If they're able to maybe get a knock or 2 onto BN United, it could shut things down and cause some real problems. But I mean, 36 Cartel are making a lot of noise right now, shooting up the hill towards Attack All Around. As Zest is just laying in wait in case of on those 36 Cartel players coming up over the top. Hung still surviving, by the way, for Unicorn Phoenix, just sneaking in just about in zone as Attack All Round try to sweep the western side. They still haven't spotted him, so you can make it in further, could pick up even more kills for Unicorn Phoenix. Not exactly like they need them, though.
Phase 6 to eventuate now. And see who's going to be the fortunate one. It's going to be Day Trade. Is this their time to find their first chicken dinner at the final time? They've only got the 3 players, but they've got the compound. That's all you can ask for in that situation if you are Day Trade. Cerberus as well, with the compound on the outer edge of the circle. Carbs is finally going to die here. Simon T just absolutely peppering away on the Colony. Momonji is unfortunately now the only one still standing. He's not even. He's prone inside of the smoke. All he could do is just watch as Carbs and Alec get taken apart here. Tinoy, though, for Sharper. Now going up against Fury on the outer edge on the road. Insight's already knocked. Flood and Ronan still up and alive for Fury, but they are losing players here. The nade, it's great from Ronan, but not enough to get the knockdown onto Tinoy. He's able to get that first aid kit off as well. 6 sacks now behind him. It's a 2 versus 2 between Sharper and Fury.
Big damage came out onto Fury, but they were able to get the first aid kits off as Flood now able to get the trade. Hung just chasing in Attack All Round as they try to play inside this dip. The nades come out over the top onto Game Home Hadong, but the headshot is returned onto Glooms as the nade connects. The spray does as well. Now Glory's going to be playing point, trying his best to get aggressive onto this. God, you ends up falling. Only one player going to be left standing here for Game Home Hadong. He's got the info 1-to-1, can't finish off the job, throws down a smoke for a little bit of extra cover. cover, but there's only so much that can really happen here. 36 Cartel, they end up falling to a huge nade. It's Simon T to finish off the job. BN United just absolutely tearing things up right now. Jayas and Gems, the two remaining players from Attack All Around. They have the nade in hand. Jayas needs to drop it quick, because if he got knocked there, it would have been all over for Game Home, but no. Actually, 4 Attack All Around, but no. Game Home are the ones to fall to the Molotov. Hung goes down to zone as Young B falls as well. Attack All Around, 2 players on the top of this hill, somehow managing to get the heals off and remain in the fight. BN United, though, Xenox, they've
Fury
lost one. Will they survive any longer?
Oh, Ronan's just died, unfortunately, on this rotation. Flood stays alive. And I was about to say Fury with an opportunity, of course, to still get that second place finish, but it's looking unlikely for BN United, though. They can still get first. Attack All Around, they can still get first. UMP, of course, out. It's kills that will be the differentiating factor right now if it remains at 2 winner-winner chicken dinner at the top end. Attack All Around with 7 kills. They're actually very close now to overtaking Archangel Predator and maybe getting second place if things don't fall the way and they can't get their win. They just need a couple more kills.
2 more for second place and a whole lot of cash to go with it. So pressure is starting to mount right now. The same can be said for BN United, though. Look, there's still 17 players alive. They need 5 more kills to be able to close up the gap. It's still a possibility to potentially take it, as Fire just getting traded all around now. The shift comes out. It pulls towards Day Trade, so Day Trade looking in a strong position. Only 3 players, though, Xenox.
No Veronica.
Is it going to be enough when it comes to clutching out that chicken dinner?
I think if they had Veronica alive, I would still back them in with 3. Without Veronica and down to 3 for Day Trade, it's not a certainty. Still an absolutely amazing position to sort of win from. Of course, teams may eventually push onto their compound, whether they send it or not. This is big, though, from Attack All Around against BN United. 2 teams fighting tooth and nail at the top 4 position. Simon gets one back. Zester's already been knocked. Headshot onto Simon, though, from Jayas. Of course, they need the kills to overtake Archangel Predator. What better to then maybe wipe out one of your only other competitors, get second place at least confirmed.
BN United still 4 strong, trying their best to open up onto Jay as they're not quite working out with the shots. They just skim overhead, but at the end of the day, as long as you're not taking damage, then what's the harm? Now, phase 7 closing through BN United and Attack All Round, both outside of the zone, both the only 2 teams that can really deny Unicorn Phoenix that first place for week number 1. Hymas is tagged up from behind, going to be forced to drop down prone for the heal, surviving just a little bit longer as Cerberus now getting ready to open up onto Made in Thailand. You did see the grenade land, but it wasn't super effective as Tanawat should be able to move back, get himself the heal off. BN United doing what they can to try and scout out, as I think they may have seen that Attack All Around are starting to make a push, but they're preoccupied with Day Trade right now. The smokes are coming out to break the line of sight, and if it's anything like that game, the smokes are a sign of things to come over at this compound.
BN United have to make the push. They have to now push on to Day Trade. If they're successful, they can take over the compound. Maybe they could then end up being favorites, but it's Flood. The cheeky little solo from Fury gets the knock on the Young B. Gems will then finish it off. It's just all gone horribly wrong for BN United. The only team that had 4 players alive may only have 1. God Ace to get the heal. I don't think he can go for the revives. Throws out to Molotov. 1 nade still available. Goes for the revive. But unfortunately for BN United, it has just capitulated for them at the final hurdle. Attack All Around can now push up, the smokes go out, and they can try and take the position at the front of this compound.
They've got to be so careful, though, because Day Trade are already there with the shots. Tanawat going to be able to take down Hymas as it looks like Cerberus likely to fall. The smokes are down for a little bit of extra cover. Cerberus do go down in 6th position. BN United, they got themselves the revive onto 1. Simon's still going to be out of it as Attack All Around tried to move in. Glooms is spotted out by Flash. The Mini 14 headshot connects. The flush is immediately found. Now only 2 players left from Attack All Around. The only 2 teams left to try and deny this first place. It's so much much pressure on their backs. They know how big one win will be. Attack all around, though. They lose Jay as there's only one player left. They're still in the fight, but not for long. They fall. Flash goes down in the trade as Zest cleans up the job. Simon throws down a nade. No wonder BN United had to make a crash. They've got no ammo left. They're picking up every single bullet they still can as Flood sneaks in from behind. Made in Thailand up on the cliff, getting ready to drop down. God Ace is back up and in it. Tanawat falls down. Will be able to survive. Flood could absolutely destroy Made in Thailand right now if he catches them in the open, but Duckmans is looking up over the top, trying to spot out Flood. He can't as he stays down behind the dip. One headshot could be the deciding factor for Made in Thailand, but no, Duckmans drops down, low HP. He's able to survive, and the blue is sneaking in.
Yeah, and Flood's going to have to move away from this position. I don't see a world in which he's going to be able to do much more other than maybe just spoil the party of one team, whether it's Made in Thailand, whether it's BN or Trade. You can see Duckmans has got that position completely covered. It's been a bit of an unfortunate night so far for Fury, but yet they've actually still done all right in terms of kills. They've got the second most amount of kills, just have not been able to find that second win, but still looks like it's going to be a high place finish for them. That's still good money going into week 2. They're not too worried, I don't think. They'll be able to bounce back next week and get even more money to secure their PGC slot. But for Flood, it's probably his time that he just dies to the blue, maybe. Doesn't even give any kills away. BN United, though, 3 up in this compound. They have to be the favorites from this position. Made in Thailand, to their credit, from that high ground position, they've come down. They've been able to get to the back of this compound to fight it out at the end. This is just going to be a free-for-all chunks at the last final minutes for Phase 9 here. Who wins out? BN United. If they can win it, they get top spot.
Right now, Day Trade dead center in the zone. Flash is just holding that position as Made in Thailand start to move in from western side, taking that long building as a push, blowing up everything in their way. Still got some util to work with, but hardly any, as Tanawat closes the door just to make sure that they can clear through properly and make sure every single room is going to be clear. Simon does spot out Duckmans, goes for the spray, but no kill has been found as Tanawat moves up over the top, going to play the high ground. This is actually a pretty smart play here. You could potentially try and get it on top of BN United now if it works out. Simon, smoke in hand, maybe thinking it's a little bit more than a smoke, has it at the ready to throw, might just be trying to deny the line of sight. Nothing given away, though, by Made in Thailand. The same being said for Flood, as right now you got to feel like it comes down to BN United, Made in Thailand, and Day Trade as BN backing off a little, watching that back wall, knowing that Flood is around somewhere.
Well, Made in Thailand probably in the best spot now because they can actually see this entire compound from above. BN United, yeah, they'll have the smokes, but it's basically like Made in Thailand just shooting down below. Finally, Flood does get caught. He gets spotted by Poochils. Day Trade get that kill. Down to 3 teams remaining. 3 versus 3 versus 2. Day Trade have only got Flash and Poochils, and their position is well and truly known from both BN United and Made in Thailand. This could end up being a situation where BN United try and push the building of Day Trade. Made in Thailand will then be on the outside and just clean up. I would actually say Made in Thailand's got a better chance here than BN United. I'm going to actually go against the graphic here. Made in Thailand, from that high ground position on the roof, are favorites to win this game and find their first winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, but BN United have something that Made in Thailand don't, and that's shotguns. We know how dangerous these be at close range, especially the S12K. Is Tanawat, he's hopped up top. This is a huge play. He's got the high ground over everybody right now. If all else fails, he can jump on the roof and deny. Is Made in Thailand doing everything they can, throwing down nades, everything to try and deny this position. BN United, they need to move up over the top. They have to try and get aggressive onto Day Trade, at least confirm, deny another team. Duckmans, though, is there with the headshot, takes down. God AC drops down low. Simon with the nade. The Molotovs are nowhere to be found, though, as God Ace gets flushed out. Zest goes to the peak. Duckmans takes down Zest, looking to follow it up with even more as Poochus is out inside of the blue. It's between Day Trade and Made in Thailand. There's only one player remains. It's Duckmans in the center of the zone, manages to survive. The Blues